I'm getting ready to go out into the garden for the first time this spring. I haven't done anything out there. I haven't walked out there. I haven't even looked out there. And I've had a few really rotten days, and I think I just need to go outside and see my yard, see my garden, see my plants, maybe see a few robins to cheer me up. I really need to be outside. So I thought I'd take you along with me, and let's go see what I can't do out there. Oh man, okay, let's go. I guess I gotta get dressed first. That might take a while, but for you, it'll just be a couple of seconds. Those are good. So those are the poles?
These must be the poles. I'm taking everything out.
Because the side, they're panels. You'll have to you have to put them together. They heavy?
I'm gonna put them here right now, and then I'll load them up.
So I have to tell you what we're doing here. I was just taking down the Christmas lights. We had them strung all through the garden, and we've disconnected them from the power source right after Christmas, but we haven't been able to get out here to pull them all up because we've had snow up to here. Anyway, no more snow, okay? I've just been doing a little walk around the garden. I'm going to take you and show you how pathetic everything looks, and I can't do anything about it. This would be the time where I would be really stuck in with my rakes and my hose, and I'd be cleaning, and I would be looking to see what's alive. But you know, I have to say, just doing a quick little run around here, I think I've lost an awful lot of my perennials. We had a very late winter and a very mild winter, which had very little snow, but a lot of freezing rain, and then ice, and then freezing rain, and then ice, and then we get snow. And that is just a killer for perennials. It really is. And then the temperatures dipped really low, so we didn't have the snow cover. And that, in our climate, is a death sentence for your perennials. It really is. And I think that's sort of what's happened here. Even the little shrubs, a few of them look pretty good. Along there I have my raspberries. I don't see any growth at all. One of the currants looks okay, but anyway. I'm going to take you off the tripod, and I'm going to show you what Gary's doing. And he surprised me. I'm going to just come out here and say I had a horrible few days. Really negative, very down, a really pity party. And like I kept saying to Gary, I'm wallowing in my own pity, and you know what, it's okay to do that too. You have to do that. Sometimes you just need to let it out, cry it out, get rid of it. And that's what I was doing. Anyway, for a long time, ever since we've lived here, we have no big trees. This one tree right here is a volunteer. We don't even know really what it is. And it's not very tall, and it gives no shade. And the other trees what we do have is we have hedge all the way around the whole property. And we've got a bunch of little trees that we've planted, but no shade, nothing. And for a long time, we've been talking about getting some kind of structure that had shade. and they're expensive. We're talking $1,500 to $2,000 for a really good one. So we bought a really cheap one and we put it up. It was just sort of like an outdoor tent thing, you know, with poles, but it had a roof on it. And we sat under it one day. That night we had a horrible wind. And we came out and it was just like twisted all up. It was finished. So we decided that until we could afford something better, we wouldn't bother. So a couple of days ago, when I was really down, Gary was looking through a flyer of Co-op, which is like a building store, and they had a pergola on sale for $499, which was originally $1,500. So I said to him, let's go and do it. Let's just go buy it. So before we drove all the way to where it was, he called and asked if they had any, thinking they won't have any. They had one. So he said, can you save it till tomorrow? We'll be there in the morning. So we went yesterday and picked it up. And it took 3 men and a forklift to get it into our van. And we've been saying, how are we going to get it out? Because it's in this big, huge, heavy box. Like, they wheeled it and they were grunting away. So what Gary's doing is he's taking it out of the box piece by piece so that he can get the box out of the van, because we need to put the seats up because we have medical appointments. And my cousins are coming along to help us out. So I'll show you our pergola. It's in pieces, but it's looking really good. Now I kind of got to be careful where I'm going. So here's the top part of it. It's all steel. Very, very heavy steel. Oops, sorry, there was my finger on there too. And here are the 4 poles. Oh yeah, that's heavy steel. And the thing about this pergola is it has these 4 poles, and then it has other sides attached to the poles, and there's planters on it. Yay! And then it has a top like this, and the top has a cover that comes down over, so you can open it or close it however you want. Oh, okay. Let's look at my poor perennial bed. I see, oh, there's a few tulips. There's a tulip. Everything just looks so pathetic. Oh, there's a little bit. I'm gonna pop you up just a minute here. Better. There we go. Okay, so there is a little growth right at the bottom. But what I am excited about is this poppy. It's a perennial poppy. Right? Where is it? There it is. And I moved it last year. And when I moved it, it disappeared. It was over here somewhere before. And I moved it and it just vanished, and I thought, well, you know, poppies don't really like to be moved. So I thought, that's it. I've just killed my poppy. But look at it. Here it is. Oh, that's wonderful. That makes me very happy. So I will put down. That, look at what I mean about cleaning. Look at everything is just. Now this little red thing here, that doesn't look so hot. That is a honeysuckle. No. Yes, honeysuckle bush. And that looks bad. These are Gloriosa daisies. They will survive anything. Looks like the lamb's ears are okay. They will survive anything. These are all Gloriosa daisies. Yeah, they're fine. And I think there's a few Shastas in here. The irises, they'll survive anything. And it looks like they have. I'm going to go around here. Just got to be careful because there's uneven ground. And you know, the last thing I want to do is fall. Pretty sad. I mean, if I clean this up, it would look a lot better, but I can't clean it up, can I? I have 2 roses over here. Oh, look at this. Toads. Toad hole. Toads are awake. Oh, there's quite a few toad holes here. There's another one over here. Okay, that's a good sign. Toads are up. So there's a rose. That rose looks pretty bad. And there's another one, which looks even worse. They might still be kind of dormant, but then again, rhubarb. There's rhubarb crowns here. They look okay, buried in the grass as they are, which needs to be cleaned. Oh gosh, there's so much work out here. This is a currant, and it does not look very good. This is a black Wyoming raspberry. It doesn't look very good either. Another black Wyoming. This is a red currant. This looks fine. This looks absolutely fine. I think that one's good. And these are red raspberries. And they look horrible. Well, so this is one of the new garden boxes that we put in last year. We're going to be ordering soil to fill them up, and there's another one that's going to be going right over here beside it. I've planted tulips in here, and I don't see anything. Planted tulips in these planters. I bet you there's nothing going to happen. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the press. There's one coming up in there. Oh, I can't bend over. That hurts. I don't see anything in here though. These are perennial tulips. They come up every year. They're yellow. I've moved them a million times and they just keep on coming. And this is my mint bed. Mint never shows up right away. My arch. I grow squash on that. This year I'm going to have my tomatoes along this side so that I can attach them to the arch, and tomatoes on the other side so I can attach it to the arch. And I'm going to grow sweet peas up there from the inside. And actually I should be planting those sweet peas now. This is the time to do it. Maybe I'll soak some and get them in the ground. That I think I could probably do. This bed is going away. I have another big white bed that's going to replace it, but this is my pathetic strawberry bed. And I have to dig all these strawberries out first. This is another perennial bed. These are echinaceas. Looks so hot. This is a rose. This is one of the roses that were here originally at the other side of the house. It's fine. That rose will come back. It's hardy. Don't know what the variety is, but it'll be fine. I have some tulips. And I have some daffodils in here as well. And lots of weeds. Oh man. Weeds. This is a little, oh, there's some more daffodils coming down there, and tulips. And then I have some black irises in here. This is a little lilac bush. It's got some nice little buds on it. So, yeah, I don't know. Things aren't looking so hot right now. We've had a lot of rain, which we desperately needed. The rain just vanished into the ground. We were so dry for the last 2 years. And if a person could believe the almanac, which I do, apparently this year's going to be worse. So I'm going to go through here. This is where I wanted to do my secret garden. And there's a robin. I got to watch my step here because it's uneven ground. Yeah, this is where I was going to tear all this grass up, build this all up, and do a secret garden. And we were going to put a door there coming out, and we were going to put a patio here. And I'm not going to do anything back here this year. Come back. I'm not doing anything to you. Is she building a nest? She could be. So I started to cover this up so I could make a flower bed, and I have started a little flower bed here. I was going to put hollyhocks here. I might still. This arch is my first arch that I ever had. It was used to be in the back garden, and I moved it here last year. And look at, it's full of morning glory seeds. Lots and lots of morning glory seeds. And I think that's Lunaria down there. And there's a Virginia creeper vine on here as well. Look at the morning glory seeds. Oh my gosh, I never cleaned this off. I'm going to be sorry. Well, it'll seed itself, I guess. And then here is 2 more raised beds, which need to be topped up with soil and compost. Last year I had tomatoes in this one, and I had lettuces and all kinds of stuff in this one. I see I have weeds. I gotta be very careful here. This is uneven ground. And over here, this is a royal mess. I don't know what I got. A mess. This is a 9 bark. Oh, I'm standing in a hole. Be careful, Dale. I have some, looks like hollyhocks coming up in here. When we first moved here, this whole corner was hollyhocks. Obviously, seeds can lay in the ground for a very long time before they come back, and that's the case here. Look at them all. I might just leave them this year. I have a clematis here, and I'm quite sure it's finished. I'm pretty sure it's not there. This is blue daisy here. That's a fall plant. It'll survive anything. More mess. There's some irises in here, and I think I have about 40 I don't know what I have in here. I have a lot of weeds. This Anyway, I have to go sit down. Getting a little on the funny feeling side. Now here's a task that maybe I could do. And that is bring my secateurs out here and give this lilac bush a prune. It really needs it. It's very, very full of dead stuff. There's even some maple growing in there that shouldn't be in there. So I could do that. This is a Saskatoon tree, which I cut down last fall. Gave it a really hard prune and it's coming back. So that's good. All right, I'm gonna go sit down. This is the most I've walked in 2 weeks. Well, even more than 2 weeks. I haven't been walking much in the winter because it was so icy. And then when I did walk, when winter was over, I fell. Go figure. There's a rose here. And I picked up this little late. Oh, this rose is fine. That rose is okay. I picked her up last fall. Or was it in the winter time? Can't remember. Whoa. Unsteady. Okay. I gotta go sit down. I see another robin. I haven't had a chat with any of these robins yet. Usually they come right up to me and talk to me. Well, that's not a robin. What is that? So we have to decide where to put our structure. Maybe we could do a little bit of a question and answer. Where do you think I should put my structure? I was thinking right here, but where I'm standing, but there's a little tree planted here. Gary would like it over here, and I think that's probably where we're going to end up putting it because everything else is sort of taken. I don't want it over here where we're close to the road. And over there, there's a box. It's 10 by 10. It's fairly large, so I think it's going to have to go here, which might be really nice because really when summer comes, this bed usually is glorious. It's beautiful. Flowers, colors, bees, butterflies, birds. And if we were sitting in the pagoda and watching all of that beauty, wouldn't that be nice? Okay, I gotta go sit down. This was another project. This needs to be sanded down and repainted. I was gonna do that. Oh man. Was is not gonna happen. And I have to get myself used to the idea that that's the way it's going to be. That's going to be hard. Because when I come out here, I want to be on my knees, digging. So, I just thought I would take a minute to talk about the reality of accidents when you're 68 years old. The thing is, I don't think of myself as being old, and I forget that I am 68 years old. I'm going to be 69 in October. I tend to act and think like I'm still 40. And so the fact that I am not a person who usually falls, I guess plays into this. But the other thing is that I don't take the precautions that maybe I should be taking the precautions. And it's sort of a wake-up call when something like this happens at our age. Now, I know that the majority of my viewers are my age, around my age, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. but they're not 20. I know that. And so I'm speaking to all of you like I should be speaking to myself. And I guess I am speaking to myself too, because the last couple of days have been really, really difficult. I have, like I said before, I've had a bit of a pity party, but it's not that. It's difficult in realizing that I'm not 40 anymore, that I can't do the things that I think I want to do all the time, especially out here. And that in a flash, at our age, things happen that can really set you back months, maybe even years. One little slip and you can really change the outcome of your future. And if you're like me, who, I'm not saying I denied my age, I have not, but I've always been fairly healthy aside from cancer, which I've always bounced back from, thank the Lord. But I've always prided myself on being a strong, healthy person, and I am a strong, healthy person. Because I've broke my shoulder doesn't mean I'm not a strong, healthy person. But it does mean that accidents can happen maybe a little bit more than if I was 40, because I am doing things like I was 40. That's what I want to get to. I need to quit acting like I am 40 and maybe do age-appropriate things more appropriately. So, like I said before, that secret garden, I was going to do the whole thing this spring. I was going to tear up all that. I was going to make all these flower beds. I was going to do it all this spring, as well as all of the rest of this yard, which is a large space. This is a big property. And now I've realized that that was just a stupid idea. So what I am going to do is what I've got here, I will tend to my plants that I have, whatever's left after the winter we've had. We are building more raised beds, so my in-ground gardening, aside from my perennial flowers, is going to be a minimum, which is something that we've started to do for the last couple of years. That's a good thing. But the secret garden, I'm going to putter. If I start a garden that's 2x2 and that's all I get done this year, then that's all I get done. I've even gone so far as to order all these plants for that secret garden. I ordered $150 worth of plants to go in there that are going to be arriving at the end of May. And there's no place for them to go. So that's going to be a challenge. This is what I'm saying. This has been a real wake-up call for me. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. No way am I going to stop doing what I'm doing. But I might do it at a different pace. I think that's more what I'm saying. I'm going to pace myself a lot different. And having this pergola about right here where I'm sitting is going to be good for me, because I know I'm going to have a place where I can still be outside. I can still enjoy my plants, but I'm not going to feel like I need to work every time I come out here. To be honest with you, I would come out 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and have breakfast, come out here, and I wouldn't go back in till 7 o'clock at night, except for bathroom breaks and to eat lunch or supper, but I'd be right back out. And there have been times when I have been so exhausted that I actually dropped at the door. Yeah, that's what I do. And it's stupid. So, I've recorded this for me and for you too. but more for me. Because actually my YouTube channel was started as a journal of my yard. This is why I started my YouTube channel. It was more about what I was planting, because when we first moved here, there was nothing here. There was a great big garden, just a big vegetable garden, almost this whole area, but it didn't look like this. I didn't have flower beds. I didn't have that. So every year I documented on my videos what I did the year before, so I could go back and I could look. So that's what started my YouTube channel. And it's progressed into other things that I love to do. And I thank you for sharing all of that with me and enjoying it along with me. But this video in particular is for me to watch, perhaps when I get a little overzealous and silly. And it'll be a reminder when I'm feeling great and have no pain, no limitations, to slow down and enjoy what I've done and not work so hard, push myself so hard and try and accomplish so much in such a little time. Because at 68, almost 69, we don't know how much time we have left. And I've had cancer twice. I know that. So, yeah. What am I saying? I think I know what I'm saying. Probably not even gonna ever upload this, but I'll keep it, watch it. Gosh, it's nice to be out here. Oh, you have no idea. All around me I hear people working in their yards. Somebody is cutting trees. I can hear a saw. The kids are out on their bicycles. One little fellow behind here is learning to ride a two-wheeler for the first time. His father's having a fit. People are walking in their hoodies, some just in their shirt sleeves. The robins are flying around me. And it's just lovely. Lovely to be outside. I'll probably sleep really good tonight. Gary's opening my shed for the first time. Usually I open my shed for the first time, but he doesn't want me to go anywhere near there. It's probably a good thing. Oh dear. So with that, I am going to say thank you for watching, everybody. Please take care of yourself. Have pity on yourself, but don't wallow in self-pity. And if you are struggling, you're not alone. You've all told me that. You've all said you're not alone. And you know how much that has helped me. It's helped me so very much to know that others have gone through this and they're back to stitching and they're back to doing the things they love. And I will too. I know. I'm an old nurse. I know these things. But sometimes you have to have the struggle too, just to kind of smarten you up a little bit, I think. There's a cheeky little robin right behind doing this, doing that, coming ever closer. So I think I'm gonna turn the camera off and just spend some time chatting to my friends, robins. It's been a long time since we've had a conversation. Isn't that right? Have a good day, everybody. Stay well. And I'll talk to you really soon.